Welcome to this detailed look at the subject of area monitoring and the new technology that is revolutionising the practice. I'm Oliver, the editor of MEPCA magazine. In a bit of a departure from our usual content, I'm excited to bring you a video delving into the importance of area monitoring. MEPCA has been working with Rockall Safety, the leading supplier of Blackline safety products, for a number of years now. We regularly feature health and safety content for the manufacturing sector. And many of you may already be aware with Rockall Safety, and you may have even used Blackline safety products. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by Wayne Moulton, a fixed gas engineer at Rockall Safety, and James Penn, the area manager, UK Southwest of Blackline Safety. They're both incredibly knowledgeable on the subject of area monitoring, from the practical application to the ins and outs of Blackline's new technology. Good morning to you both, and thank you for joining me today.
Morning, thank you. So I'm Wayne Moulton. I work for Rockall Safety and I look after the fixed gas detection team for the UK.
Morning, everyone. My name is James Penn. I work for Blackline Safety. I'm the area manager for the UK Southwest. Wayne, I was going to say I've got about 15 years worth. I was going to say what our joint, I don't know what our joint experience is within the gas safety industry, but I'm sure it's decades and decades worth of experience in the industry.
So you really want to age me like that, James?
Hopefully today's a good session. So yes, nice to talk to you all.
Okay, so what is area monitoring? Area monitoring continuously detects and measures the presence of hazardous gases in specific zones or environments. Unlike a personal gas detector, which is worn typically in the breathing zone area, area monitors are strategically placed at various locations to provide a broad coverage, protecting both people and the workplaces. Typical toxic gases that are detected are things like hydrogen sulfide, carbon monoxide, flammable gases, oxygen levels, which can obviously be enriched as well as depleted, also volatile organic compounds.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. So in our world, we broadly speak about three different categories, if you like, of gas detection. You've got your personal monitors, a fixed system, which would be something that's fixed to a wall with a constant power supply, leading that to a control panel. And then what we're talking about today, area monitoring, is almost like a hybrid between the two. It's I always like to say it's like a deployable fixed system. And we'll go into the benefits of it, but normally area monitors are capable of detecting more than one gas at a time in one instrument, whereas compared to a fixed system, you might need multiple sensors in one location. An area monitor is able to do multiple gases in one location without the need for power and control panels. So there's a place for all of them. But yeah, that's area monitoring from our side.
So why is it essential? So ever since, I think, 1974, when the Health and Safety at Work Act was introduced, we all became more and more aware of the hazards in the workplace and what we can do to prevent hazards and fires, explosion in the workplace. And this is a key tool in that line of defence. So it will prevent explosions and fires and gases like methane, propane, hydrogen, that are highly flammable occurring, because it will give you an early indication, an early warning that there is an issue, so you can shut a process out, leave an area. So it's protecting the workplace as well as the safety of all the workers. With most safety instrumentation, it's the very last thing you want. Is you always try to engineer the problem out, but when you can't engineer the problem out, you need something to notify the people working in the area, notify them that there's a problem in the environment, because often you can't see or smell the risk. And this really is where gas detection, and in particular, in this case, area monitoring gas detection, will come into its own.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. So the only thing I was going to add to that was, it yes, it's explosion, and we've got there protecting workers' safety. More and more, we're seeing the requirements from government agencies like the Environmental Agency, for example, requiring businesses to monitor gases that are being leaked from premises, be it perimeter monitoring, etc. And one of the essential things that you need to know when deploying area monitoring is you obviously need to have an idea of what gases you can expect. Most sites will know what that needs, but also sort of think about where you're going to locate these gas monitors, not just physically on the site, but taking into consideration whether the gas is lighter or heavier than air, so meaning is it going to sink, is it going to fall, where can you expect the leaks, or where do you expect the gases to be coming from. So it's a really essential part of a site's health and safety regime, of being able to deploy these area monitors in the correct location and for the correct purpose.
So just taking over from what James has just said there, here's a little slide that looks at the different sort of areas and threats that we have. So unpredictable threats can appear without warning, very quickly, with no visibility to the hazards or the risk that have been assessed in that area. So we know there might be a leak, we know there might be something going on, but we're not quite sure. And this gives you that, added layer of confidence because of the way the detection works. So you could protect and control remote sites, confined spaces, and you could do a lot more. And we see more and more people using this type of product very quickly. It's very quickly deployed into not only remote areas, but confined space environments, things like that. And it gives real-time information on what is happening, no matter where in the working environment you are. Time is critical, so more and more increasingly people are becoming very expensive. So the ability to be able to work quickly, work smarter, and in the worst case scenario, react quickly, could save lives. And this is a very, very critical safety product. And, we've certainly seen this product give early warning and undoubtedly save many, many lives.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing it deployed more and more in, obviously one of the key ones, an obvious one would be oil and gas sector, where they're doing shutdowns and turnarounds, but also within the construction sector, where there's been extensive construction. There might be more people there working on the site. They might be working in areas that they don't usually enter into. So having a solution that's easily deployable into those particular areas on the site. And one of the kind of key things for us is as Wayne alluded to there, is remote locations or hard to access locations or sites that people don't usually go to. Being able to deploy an area monitor that can stand there and monitor away for months on end without the need for somebody to go and physically go and do anything there or physically have the power there, is really, really beneficial. Just like we're going to speak about this. So this is, as I alluded to there, the connectivity is really what Blackline Safety is all about. We're a Canadian manufacturer of connected gas solutions, and we have offices and partners across the world, of which Rockall Safety is one of the leading ones in the UK. The reason that we're different, what makes us different, is our connectivity. So all of our devices that you see there, so we have a single gas personal monitor, we've got multi-gas personal monitors, and then we've got the EXO, which is our area monitor. All of them are connected with 4G cellular connectivity, and they also have GPS. So what this means is that the user and the operators of these will be able to see real-time gas information from anywhere in the world. You just log onto the website, and you'll be able to see the real-time gas readings for those instruments. You'll also be able to see things like the calibration data, when it's next due for a calibration, when it's next due for a bump test, and of course all that goes with it is what you need at the end of the day, is particularly for area monitoring, is the gas data. So all of that is automatically uploaded to the cloud, and we have some really powerful reports for gas exposures, alerts, and trends over time that are accessible, as I say, anywhere remotely. A really powerful system. And we'll get onto this, but they're also all connected, so they can talk to each other as well if need be.
Yeah, I think what we've been asked for more and more by customers is to evidence not only the level of gas, but the usage of the devices. And you're absolutely right. The amount of availability of data that can be shared, could be quickly shown in graphs and used in training. I think once somebody enters into a safety program and starts deploying, whether it be the personal gas detection or in this case the area monitors, the amount of information that it provides and evidences for the customer is absolutely invaluable. And there's nothing else like it on the market, which really sets it aside from all the other area monitors.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is our latest area monitor. This is an upgrade from our previous monitor, the G7 EXO. The G7 EXO was released in 2020, and sort of 5 years later, we've upgraded to EXO 8. Just very quickly, as I was alluding to earlier, it's a direct to cloud portable area monitor. So all of the data is sent up to the cloud, as well as visible and alarmed locally on the device. EXO 8 can detect up to 8 gases now, up from the previous 4 or 5. And there's also a gamma radiation option as well. It's really hard wearing. The key features that our customers like are the battery life, obviously the connectivity, up to 100 days battery life. That's industry leading battery life, and it can also be powered. There's a really powerful product, which we're really excited to sort of upgrade from our predecessor of the G7 EXO.
Yeah, I think just looking at it, one of the most striking things is the dual color screen on the front of the device. It makes it incredibly intuitive to use for the user when they're setting it up, and also that constant visual. I know exactly what's going on, I know exactly what's in the environment, and up to 8 gases is truly remarkable and a real step forward. So it's a really, really world-class product.
So here's some few new features about the EXO 8. There are sort of 2 main models, if you like, for EXO 8. There is EXO 8, and then there is EXO 8 with gamma, EXO 8 gamma. Obviously, the latter includes a gamma radiation detector as well. Both models can be configured either in a diffusion mode, i.e. gases needs to enter through the grill of the device to get to the sensors, or we can fit a pump module. So they're all the same. So the pump module is it's interchangeable. You can be added or removed as needed, and that pump module creates up to 4 sample lines, so it can sample from up to 4 locations up to 100 feet away. And then the latest innovation is the gas expansion module. So that now increases the number of gases up to 8 gases. That makes it a pumped version. And again, it can be either with a standard 4 gas, or it can also be with gamma radiation as well. Sort of other upgrades over the G7 EXO, as Wayne said, the new dual display. So on the left there, you're seeing all of the live gas readings or gamma readings. And then on the right, you've got a dashboard display, which is giving you information on any live alerts, next bump tests, next calibration, time, etc. We've also increased the IP rating. EXO 8 is now IP66. And remember, EXO also comes with a heap of accessories. So mounting options, so be it onto a tripod or mounting it to a wall, whether you want to add external sirens or solar panels so that it can be deployed and left there on its own. They're all sort of backwards compatible with G7 EXO, so it's really a real benefit for our customers here if they need to be able to add the new features of EXO 8. We've also updated the color. It looks stealthy now in a new black color. For those of you who don't know, just that big red SOS latch on the front, that big red latch, that's a feature that is across both our EXO and G7 range. So when you pull that latch, it goes into an alarm, and it can also alert monitoring personnel that you're in need of assistance. So it's a feature that we've kept here. So yeah, really great products. Hope to have some great success with it over the coming years.
I think I'd add to that, having deployed the product for a customer in a busy working yard with lots of huge tankers. It's a very, very robust piece of kit. You know, you have no problem sort of just putting this product down on a perimeter fence, turning it on and walking away, knowing it's going to do the job. It's not going to fall over, and it'll just sit there comfortably. It's a great product.
So how much does it weigh? It looks very robust.
The old one was 18 kilos, so
yeah, it's the same. Yeah,
it's the same.
Yeah, yeah, 15 to 18 kilos. Yeah, so it's most of that is in the battery.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just highlight here a few of the built-in capabilities of the new EXO that we've already highlighted. So the gas expansion module is the new thing, where we can detect up to 8 gases, as well as offering gamma radiation monitoring. Still have the industry-leading 100 days of battery life in the diffusion model, direct-to-cloud data streaming, 4G cellular. And we also have, this has been available for a while, but an optional satellite. So for really remote locations, we can fit a satellite module where there isn't any 4G cellular connectivity to maintain the connectivity through satellite. And then one of the a couple of features that we launched last year, one is the automatic bump and calibration, which is going to really help our customers that have got either remote sites or multiple EXOs that would take a while to go around and individually bump test or calibrate them all. We now have features where they will automatically bump and automatically calibrate themselves at predetermined periods of time. So they really can be a standalone product that can be deployed anywhere. And the latest innovation we have is Alert Link, which we're going to talk about a bit more. So Alert Link is a proximity-based warning alert system that's for sort of within the Blackline ecosystem.
Just picking up on that 4G cellular, James, I presume that the EXO is exactly the same as the previous G7 EXO in that it's multi-SIM, so it will pick up the best network. Is that still the case?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So it's a multi-SIM network, SIM card, so it will connect to, here in the UK, it will connect to EE, Vodafone, O2, whatever's got the strongest signal. Absolutely. Yeah. So even if your phone doesn't have signal, it could still be that the EXO or our Hurston monitors still have connection. Yeah, so Alert Link is, I think, a really powerful tool for a lot of our customers. It's a proximity, says there, it's a proximity-based warning system that's compatible with both our G7, which is our personal multi-gas lone worker monitor, as well as all of the EXO devices, so be that G7 EXO or the new EXO 8. Basically, what it does is when an alert happens, so be it a high gas alert or an SOS alert happens on one of those products, it will automatically send a notification message to all nearby online devices. And therefore, that would aid the response time. So as well as sending the alert to our monitoring station or up to whoever's monitoring this on within Blackline Live, our online portal, it's also automatically messaging all nearby users. And that can be configured, and it can be configured up to 5,000 meters away. So anybody within a 5,000 meter radius will receive a message. If you imagine you're working on within a manufacturing site, or a lone worker is working, you've got somebody, a security guard, or you're working on a site where there is sort of a bit of a distance between the two of you, and you fall over or you miss a check-in. You fall over or you get into trouble. Your colleague will automatically receive a message once that's triggered, and they'll be able to come and search and find you. One recent example that we've had is on one of the oil refineries in the UK, that they're monitoring gases around a particular storage tank. So they've deployed 4 of the EXOs around a storage tank, and they're located quite close to office blocks and accommodation blocks on site. So what's happening now is that when one of the EXOs goes into an alarm, all of the EXOs go into an alarm, including the ones deployed at the accommodation block. The EXOs that are deployed at the accommodation block are connected to an external sounder. So they know now their protocol is when that external sounder goes off that they are to evacuate. That's all done automatically, no cables required, just some power for the EXOs or recharging the batteries. So really, really cool, innovative tool there for all devices within the Blackline ecosystem.
I must admit, having worked alongside 2 Rockall engineers doing installation of an EXO with some G7s, I was amazed that as soon as that alert link is activated, everything just links in the same group. Obviously, it takes setting up by the team at Blackline to set them all in the same family or the same group. But as soon as they all became live, they all connected brilliantly. It's truly is amazing how quick it is to set up, how easy it is to set up. And then I think, the massive thing there, as James has just described, is obviously you're keeping a lot of people very, very safe and notified should there indeed be an incident or an accident. You have to attend or go and help and support, your colleagues and your friends. It's great.
Yeah,
great.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the setup's really easy. It's literally turn it on, deploy it. As long as it's set up within the portal, it works. It just works. Yeah, very good. So sort of gases wise, we've upgraded XO8 now to be able to do up to 8 gases, and we do that through the addition of a gas expansion module. So you can see there we've got some preset modules that would fit into the side of XO. Normally these would be fitted to an XO that has already got a gas cartridge inside, so there's already up to 4 gases being detected inside. So normally that would be your explosive gases, so an LEL sensor for explosive gases, an oxygen sensor, probably something for carbon monoxide and hydrogen sulfide would be a typical setup for an area monitor. And then now we've got the added capability of being able to add an additional up to four other sensors. So this is going to be really helpful. So rather than up until now, we've had to maybe use maybe 2 area monitors with different configurations. Now we're in a position where we can have 1 unit, 1 instrument fitted with and detecting up to 8 gases. The gas expansion module is also pumped, so it doesn't need to be, so it could be sampling a confined space, for example, 8 gases within a confined space, or in a void or something. That can be, so you could put the EXO in a safe location, and then be sampling in a different location. Really excited for this feature to come into the market, and a lot of our customers have been asking to be able to be able to detect more and more gases, and having that capability, I think, is going to be a real game changer for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think talking to customers that in particular have a lot of customers themselves, and their needs change and their requirements change, and they ended up having to do multiple processes at different times, rather than having, a fixed system, maybe with 8 different heads just on the occasion that one of them may be used. You've now got it all in this function in one product with the functionality of it being pumped. So it doesn't really matter what orders they're fulfilling for a customer. They know that they're covered in the one device, because there are so many of the prominent gases that we find in particular in labs that are doing things like that, people mixing and adding fragrances and using different chemicals. I was recently at a company that make sort of hairspray with glitter and things like that in it, and this was absolutely ideal because of the vast range of products that they deal with. The sensor combinations you can have here really did tick an awful lot of boxes, and it just, there's nothing like it. So it's a massive addition to be able to have the 8 gases and it be pumped. It's really so versatile for customers that have those changing needs.
Yeah, and then the other new feature is the ability that we've added to add gamma. So as well as being able to detect the 8 gases, the EXO-8 gamma model. Now, gamma is a ionizing electromagnetic radiation, very harmful to humans. It can penetrate deep into our cells, and cause all nasty things. So, quite new to Blackline. We're expecting this to sort of be used in the obvious places, I guess, would be nuclear power plants that obviously got radiation there, but also within sort of large events where there's potential for terrorist events and things. So that's more and more people are requiring for gamma radiation detection there, and also a lot of sort of, particularly within the medical industry, medical supplies and medical equipment, I know use gamma radiation to sterilize that equipment in the sort of manufacturing and packaging process. So a great new addition to the EXO-8 family is the ability to have gamma radiation, and obviously, as we've been alluding to, being able to view all that information remotely, have early warnings when they're detecting sort of trace levels of gamma, and being able to notify personnel of potential risk there. So great new product.
It's another layer of protection to an already outstanding device. It's just again another benefit that you can have with this area monitor, again setting it apart even further than anything else that's on the market.
So if we think about what we've talked about so far, the importance of area monitoring, what it is, where it's used, and the different functionalities and the versatility of area monitoring. The reason that you are doing this is to protect lives and set off alarms when gases or radiation gets to a certain level. But in most instances, most of our customers need the data. They need, either whether it's from a compliance perspective, but also from ensuring that your staff aren't sort of what their workplace exposure levels are going to be, or whether there is whether you can identify a leak in a particular area, or present data to the Environment Agency, for example, to say you've made changes to a particular area to decrease the level of gas leaks, etc. This is where analytics is really, really powerful. All of the data from XO8 is sent remotely up to the cloud, and then we produce really powerful reports on usage, gas exposures, trends, alerts over time. And as it alludes there, a lot of our customers can generate sort of predictive models from historical data, so they can sort of see those trends over time and identify areas that need particular attention.
Yeah, I think, again, going back to what I said very early on, being able to evidence exactly what has happened, what the exposure has been, not only where, but when it happened, who was in that location, is absolutely invaluable. More and more you talk to health and safety people, as well as engineering department, as well as production managers, because safety involves everybody these days. And one of the key things I hear from, in particular, health and safety people that are doing risk assessments, is the insurance people will ask not only what their qualifications are in health and safety, but how they evidence what they've done is in fact beneficial and can be produced in the event of an incident or an accident or a near miss. So this is just, as you say, the reports are there at your fingertips on the screen, in easy to decipher graph, time and date stamped, which is absolutely critical.
It's a massive time saver for a lot of health and safety managers and directors as well, that have to report on, be it usage or gas exposures or whatever it might be. We find when I speak to a lot of customers, they are having to manually enter that information either into a manual report or into some sort of spreadsheet and try and decipher what it all means, these numbers and ranges and dates and times, etc. We eliminate all that and produce reports. We can even produce bespoke reports as well for particular things, if there's something specific that customers want. Data is really powerful. It sort of helps aid better decisions in a workplace. So really, really important.
This is I'll read this, James, because I think this is fantastic. Obviously, for one of our or your customers, should I say, Blackline's customers in North America, Blackline Safety's G7XO was already my go-to monitor for its versatility and real-time data, things that we've been discussing and exploring. With XO8's gamma radiation, it's even more valuable to hazmat teams, offering broader protection and the ability to use it in public safety scenarios. It will also keep our people protected because we can detect more gases. It's exactly what we were saying earlier, that extra layer of protection you've now got. It was already a world-class product, and you've taken a world-class product, made it even better. And this is a great testimonial sentence as I'm sure we'll be adding to many, many more of these as we roll this product out in the UK.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a little bit about Rockall Safety. Started in 1995, and we're one of the leading gas detection suppliers within the UK. We're very pleased to work alongside and with Blackline Safety with their support. We're based in Cardiff, but you'll probably guess from my accent, I'm not. I'm based in the southeast, not far from Gatwick Airport. We have David Woods, who's based in the north of the country. We're a project manager, Chris Thompson, based in the west. Our head office, as I mentioned, is in Cardiff, and we've Lee Morell down covering the south. So if you need some support, all our contact details are there, and we'd certainly be happy to help you, as I'm sure James is at Blackline with all of your Blackline requirements.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's been we've worked with Rockall Safety for 3, 4, 5 years now. It's been a real pleasure. They do an excellent job of supporting their customers and finding the right solution for their customers. And when it comes to the gas detection, it can be a bit of a problem-solving industry. And they've got some really knowledgeable reps, not only on the field but also back in the office, and some great online support and the ability to fix issues and then highly recommend working with Rockall. Yeah, so thank you everyone for watching. I'm sure there's going to be links and things available for asking questions, Oliver.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. It's been incredibly interesting. Not just for us, but I'm sure everyone that's been watching and our readership. Anyone that wants to know more about the products, you can visit the company's website or get in touch using the contact details that we've provided in the slides there. We'll also include a link below to both your websites, and keep an eye out for future videos on this subject and others. But once again, thank you both, Wayne and James. That has been incredibly informative.
Thank you, Oliver. Really enjoyed it. Thanks, James, as always.
Thank you.
Thank you.